welcome back to DXB Today. Big focus for us today on all things calories. Yep, I know the fitness challenge is ongoing at the moment. You're probably counting them as we speak at present. But a better understanding of calories through medical science has given us a better understanding of how to best manage them. And that's why we put together a whole host of guests looking at this one. In fact, how do we create a balanced diet that can support our mood and our energy? We're joined now by Dr. Yasir to talk about the deep connection between food, mood and mental clarity, or Doc, as you like to call it, mind, body and food coming together as well.
Yeah.
So how to best put this into sort of simple terms for the majority of our viewers at the moment? Is what we eat, can that affect us emotionally?
So let me put you in this way, food is not just a fuel for body. It's like an information, okay? So it's like an information for the body. So whenever we eat anything, let's say we eat healthy, fresh fruits, vegetables and everything. So it's like we feel calmer, lighter and relaxed, okay? In fact, more energetic.
Yeah.
But when we eat more processed food, like this packed food and all, so we get, we feel low in terms of energy, in terms of mood and emotion. Many a time people show it off like a brain fog and irritability as well.
But isn't that the problem, is that because the food industry is so good, manufacturing industry, the food industry is so good at making processed food taste good, we're getting that hit straight away.
So yeah,
but the fog comes later, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. So when we take more sugar, it's like a quick spike, but after that the crash. But when we take nutrient-rich food, let's say magnesium-rich, omega and everything, it gives us more energy and a balanced state afterwards, rather than that quick crash.
I'm curious what your thoughts are on nutrient timing, and is there like a specific time that we should be eating our foods, intermittent fasting styles? What's your approach to that?
So what we eat is really important, but when we eat is also very important. So we have a natural rhythm called the circadian rhythm. So it's like our body knows when to sleep, when to wake up, when to eat, like, you know, like that. So when we eat timely, let's say we don't eat a late night dinners and all that part, so we get a better sleep. It's like the rhythm is maintained well. But when we eat late, everything gets disturbed. The digestion gets disturbed, so then the sleep itself. So better when we eat timely, let's say our digestion power of our body is at peak in the daytime. So we should always have the heaviest meal in daytime, and towards the evening it should be lighter and lighter. And afterwards, I specifically say to everyone, after evening, which is like after sunset, don't eat anything.
Okay. It's interesting because I noticed you were also wearing an Oura ring. So before I got this, I would eat what I wanted at any sort of time, and then this ring was like, no, you've eaten too late, you've eaten too heavy. You can see that your heart rate is too high when you're going to sleep.
Yes.
And I never put two and two together, so it's really interesting that. So people call me almost like grandma because I don't want to eat past like 7 p.m. But that's okay, right, Doc? Tell me.
That's okay, but not the perfect.
Okay, what's perfect?
So see, one more thing I want to add is, it's not only about what's the nutrition in that food, how we see that food, how we eat it. Are we actually with that food at that time, or we are just over the phone and just eating, you know, on the other side? So that really disrupts our body. As I said, the food is not just a nutrition, it's a signal for the mind as well. So you must have heard of gut-brain axis. So it works parallelly. So every second there is a command given from gut to the brain. So when we are just, let's say we are watching something and it's stressful, we see something bad. So we are in a stress mode, right? So the body goes into fight and flight mode rather than in that rest and digest mode. So no matter how nutritious the food is, it won't be accepted, it won't be digested the way it should be. So that's why I tell everyone, when you are with food, it should be just you calming down, relaxed, eating food, tasting it the way it is, and be happy as well. Because I have seen people eating burgers in McD with happiness and they don't get any issues, and the one who is so much worried, oh my god, the oil must be old, it is too fried, they get sicker.
I'd love you
So-
to tell parents that.
So-
Eat
Yeah.
calmly and just for you.
So that really matters a lot, like how we eat food, what we eat, and when we eat. All three things are very important.
Doctor, you mentioned earlier about mood and emotion.
Yes.
Are you saying then that food we eat can actually like kind of dictate how we're feeling emotionally?
So as I said, if we eat more processed food, more sugar and everything, I have seen so many people having brain fog, lethargy, irritability after so much processed
But
food.
when I have chocolate, which is very rare, but when I do have it, I feel really happy.
For some time, not afterwards. So when you see after side, so the one who is on healthier diet will be more balanced, more calmer in emotions, and will be able to handle situations very well, rather than the one who gets that quick spike.
You mentioned about gut health as well, because I mean, it says on here about the gut being our second brain. Explain that a little bit more if you don't mind.
So why we say it? Because the gut in itself has more than 100 million nerve cells. It's like a mini brain in our belly. So it's like a gut-brain axis. It works through hormones, vagus nerve, as well as our microbiome, which is like the good bacteria, which is over trillions in our gut. So let me tell you one thing, the serotonin, our happy hormone, 90% of it is made in gut. So that's why people having gut issues or who have digestive issues usually show anxiety and worries and everything. That's how it is super connected.
Can we talk about homeopathy? You're a homeopathy practitioner. So how
Yes.
does that fit into the mix as well?
So in homeopathy, one of the main thing we utilize is individualization of each patient.
Yeah.
We see every person as a complete different human, rather than just like we don't see it in a diagnostic way. Like somebody having headache, we give medicine based on the symptoms and their personality differently to all, not just one medicine for headache specifically for everyone. So similarly, when we talk about food, so it's like everybody, just like she mentioned, like she feels so good after eating chocolate, but somebody else might be feeling opposite. So we see a lot of patterns of food, like who reacts how towards the food and everything. So it's like an individualized pattern made based on the person, and we guide them accordingly. It's not like always what we have in mind as a healthy diet should be suggestive to everybody.
It is because, yeah, and again, I suppose that's the power of the pharmaceutical industry, isn't it? You know, when we get a headache, you go for Panadol, or you
Yeah.
go for ibuprofen or something like that, because
Yes.
we've almost been trained to think that's what's going to solve
So
it.
see, fixing up things like this is okay sometimes, but when we talk about chronic condition, there is nothing rather than being dependent on the medicines. That's where homeopathy differs. We have seen so many cures, so many reversal of autoimmune disorder, chronic condition, just with some natural medicines, which are given based on the totality of the person. That's how we see not a quick fix, but a complete reversal of the disease, so that you are not dependent on homeopathy also later.
Just before we wrap up, just a round of things. Nice synergy. We were talking about mindful fasting a little bit earlier on. Does that therefore mean you can have mindful eating as well?
Definitely. So see, mindful eating, as I mentioned earlier as well, it's like when you eat food, be there rather than being on the phone.
I get it, okay.
One thing. Second thing, whatever we have in front, we should be showing gratitude towards it. We should be happy eating towards it. That's why I told you, somebody hating to have a burger because of those things
Yeah.
in mind can get affected.
So
Their
that's
gut can
mindful
get
eating,
affected.
okay.
Yes. Plus, similarly, mindful eating means like when to eat as well. I mean, it should be very clear. And there is something called German New Medicine I would like to share.
We're all quite short on time, so just if you could do that
Yeah,
quickly.
a
that'd be
very
great.
quick thing. So in German New Medicine, we got to understand like a specific emotion affecting specific organs. So for gut, it's like indigestible morsel conflict. Whenever we feel something is indigestible, it can be food, it can be any situation. our gut disbalances. So that means when we are happy, relaxed, and eating in a calmer way, it really matters a lot.